Should a large new study serve as a wake-up call about using cell phones?
Scientists exposed rats to high levels of radiation over 2 years. They did find a link to one type of tumor. So do we finally know if cell phones cause cancer? Good question. Heather Brown spoke to a neurosurgeon to look deeper into the research.
Do cell phones cause cancer?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty difficult question to answer.
Dr. Matthew Hunt is with U of M Health. How much research has been done?
A lot.
Let's start with the studies on the humans. There have been several dozen of them, and they focus mainly on the brain. Here are three of the biggest ones. The Danish study found no association. The Million Women study also found no association. And the Interphone study, which used data from questionnaires, found no increased risk overall, but among the people with the highest exposure, a modest increase in risk for brain tumors.
When you look at the amount that smoking raises your risk for lung cancer, you're talking about 20, 30, 40 times the risk. You know, most of the studies that have looked at brain tumors and cell phone use, if they find anything at all, are finding like, 1.5 times the risk or even less than that.
The problem with human studies is people don't always remember correctly how much they use their phones. And how we're using our phones has changed.
We spend a lot of time doing this rather than this anymore, and so that certainly makes a difference.
So researchers are looking at animals. In this huge 10-year government study, subjected 3,000 rats and mice to extremely high levels of cell phone radiation for 9 hours a day. It could link tumors in the hearts of the male rats to the radiation, but not in the female rats or the mice. It's hard for people to know who to believe.
Right, and there are, scientists who may have differing opinions about it. But that being said, we still have a pretty good idea that the risk is, if there is a risk, it seems to be quite small.
Heather Brown, WCCO 4 News.
In fact, the lead researcher in the government study told Heather the results have not changed his own personal cell phone use.
But if you are concerned about this, experts say use a headset, keep the phone away from your bed at night, and use your cell phone less when the signal is weak, because that is when the radio frequency is higher.